If you have steel wheels with the hubcaps, you'll have to remove these lug nut covers first with a 19mm socket. And now this cover hubcap comes off. Now remove these 5 lug nuts, also with a 19mm socket, and then we'll take the wheel off. Next, I want to break free this jam nut. It's a 21mm. Put a wrench on it, and sometimes you have to tap it with a rubber mallet, which I guess is the case for me. There we go. That breaks free. Just bring it back 1 or 2 threads, just enough to let go of this outer tie rod, otherwise they'll still be tight together. 18mm socket, remove this nut. Hammer right here, that's going to break the stud free from the knuckle. There we go. Take that out. Now when you remove this, you want to count the amount of turns that it takes to fully take it off. You still need a professional alignment after this, but putting it back on the same amount of threads that it took to take it off will get you pretty close. Okay, I had about 16.5 turns, so remember that. Next, you want to take this nut off. Mine is pretty stuck on here, so I'm going to get some locking pliers, clamp them on to this inner tie rod as tight as I can get them. There we go. Now with a 21mm socket, remove this nut. There we go. Release your locking pliers. On this outer part of the boot, you'll see this clamp with some needle nose pliers or whatever else you have. Remove the clamp. Make sure this boot is broken free, which it is. I can spin it around the tie rod. Now we have to remove the inner clamp. If you follow this boot right in there, you'll see that clamp. This is a single-use clamp. You only use it one time. And with a pry bar, I'm just going to hammer it till it pops off. I spun it to the other side, so let's finish removing it. All right, that's pretty much off at this point. So let's get the boot off. To do that, you just pull on it and it pops right off. Give it a couple twists. There we go. Take it off the inner tie rod and remove this clamp. If you're reusing this boot, which I am, go ahead and inspect it. Make sure it's not torn. And this one's not, so that's good for reusing. This is my tie rod tool that I'm going to use. They make different types, but this is the one I have. I'm just going to tighten up these 2 nuts here. This tool basically bites onto this inner joint on the tie rod, and that's what's going to help me remove it. But the trick to this is to make sure that these 2 nuts are nice and snug. Now I'm going to put my breaker bar in here. This is a 3/8 drive on the tool, but I just upped it to 1/2 inch. Now just unthread this, or break it free, I guess. There we go. Sometimes these are a little tight. I'm going to go ahead and remove this tool now that it's broken free. All right, go ahead and take this off. Now with some pliers, I'm just going to go ahead and unthread this the rest of the way. Now I can get it by hand. Go ahead and finish unthreading it. And there you have it. Here's your old inner tie rod. I applied a little bit of thread locker on the threads since this doesn't have any sort of lock washer to lock it in. Start it onto the threads. I'm going to bottom it out by hand, and then I'll grab the tie rod tool and tighten it up the rest of the way. Now I'm going to grab my breaker bar with the tool on here and just snug it up. You don't want to go too tight on this. You don't want to twist the rack internally. So just snug it, and that's good enough. It's perfect. It's got thread locker on there so it'll hold. Let's remove the tool. Move the tie rod a little bit out of the way, and it should come with a packet of grease here. I'm going to apply most of it to this inner joint. This is going to keep it nice and lubricated for a long time. Work it in there. It'll work its way in there, or it'll work itself in there as you drive, but just make sure it's applied everywhere. And I said most of it in there because I like to leave the last little bit for right here, which is where the boot goes. This is kind of important because if you don't apply grease, the rubber can actually get stuck to this, and over time, if you get alignments done, as you twist the tie rod to adjust the alignment, it'll twist the boot and potentially rip it. I don't have another one of those steel clamps, so I'm just going to use a wire tie. This is, it'll work just fine as long as it's a nice thick one and you make it nice and tight. So I'm going to start it on here. Don't tighten it up yet, but get it close, kind of like that. Now let's slide this over the tie rod and then over the rack. There we go. That's went all the way over the steering rack. There we go. You kind of just twist it like that. It winds itself and tightens it up. There we go. All right, that's pretty tight. Let's cut off the excess. I'm going to reuse this outer clamp. If yours is rusted or weak and it doesn't have a lot of spring tension to it, you can replace this with a wire tie as well, but mine is good, so I'm going to reuse it, put it right back there. A little bit of anti-seize on these threads is going to help both the outer tie rod as well as this nut, the jam nut. It'll help them not to seize up on here. So let's thread this on all the way. Now let's get the outer tie rod installed. I had 16.5 threads. So that's how much I'm going to put it in. Of course, yours is going to be different, so put it in as many turns as it took to take it out. That's 16.5. Perfect. Let's get the tie rod stud into the knuckle. There we go. Put on your castle nut, snug it up, and then we'll torque it to 18 foot-pounds. Okay. Now my cotter pin hole lines up on the castle nut and the stud. If yours does not, you want to continue tightening until the next slot does. You never want to loosen for this. Install your cotter pin, push it through, and then you want to bend it over to lock it in place. One last thing is to tighten up this jam nut to lock everything down. 21mm wrench, snug it up. Nice and snug. Now I want to bring this tie rod back so it's not sitting at an angle with the knuckle. Let's get the wheel back on. Start on all 5 of your lug nuts. We'll bottom them out and torque them to 100 foot-pounds. Torque these to 100 foot-pounds. Don't forget about your hubcap. If you have one, you want to line up this cutout with the valve stem. So just like that. And then tighten up these plastic caps. That's what secures your hubcap on. Make sure those are nice and tight on there. Otherwise your hubcap will go flying.